Kershaw. Kershaw with 3 Cy Young Awards and last year a National League MVP. Bumgarner has helped the Giants win 3 World Series in the last 5 years, and last year he was the World Series MVP. Ace against ace. The rivalry continues. Next. It is a cool but beautiful night here on the shores of McCovey Cove at 24 Willie Mays Plaza. It's the Giants and the Dodgers and a battle of aces here at AT&T Park this evening. Hello, everyone. I'm John Miller with Mike Krukow. Welcome to San Francisco Giants baseball. And Vin Scully said, hey, he thought the Giants were just setting the Dodgers up. The Dodgers came roaring into town with a 7-game winning streak, and he thought it was a very elaborate con. And then the game looked like it had been. The Giants just dismantled the Dodgers with a 6-2 victory. Now tonight, we've got 2 of the best pitchers in the game head-to-head here. And while Bumgarner has had the great success in the postseason, nobody's been better in either league than Clayton Kershaw in the regular season, especially when he pitches in this ballpark.
Well, a 3-time Cy Young Award winner and a National League Most Valuable Player. But here at AT&T, he even takes it to another level. He's 8-2 lifetime against the Giants, but an 0.83 ERA. Lifetime overall, he's 14-5. But Madison Bumgarner's got some accolades as well. He's got 3 rings. He's a World Series MVP, an NLCS MVP. And he's had great success against these Dodgers. Lifetime against them, 11-5. So it really is all about pitching tonight.
The Dodgers brought up Chris Heisey, the former Red from the minor leagues today, and they're going with an all right-handed batting order against Bumgarner, except for Kershaw himself. Meanwhile, the Giants, Bruce Bochy, decided to go with his best defensive alignment, and that means Brandon Belt, although he's a left-handed hitter, is back in there.
Well, interesting, too, though, in that the Giants do have some left-handed hitters in the game tonight against Kershaw. Kershaw's having some problems with the lefties. So far this year, lefties are hitting .333 against Kershaw, so maybe the skipper is trying to take advantage of that as well. The people to watch out for in the Dodger lineup that have had good success against Bumgarner, well, Yasiel Puig's got 2 home runs, and there's no love between the two. And his former teammate Juan Uribe has good numbers against him. And for the Giants, the guy who's got the best numbers lifetime against Kershaw is Angel Pagan. So we'll keep an eye on those matchups.
All right, so we've got 2 of the best in the game head-to-head. It's the Giants and the Dodgers. And last night, a breakout game for a new Giant in his first Giants-Dodgers matchup, Justin Maxwell. Even a curtain call from Maxwell and a spectacular play that even Yasiel Puig appreciated. More on Justin Maxwell with Amy G after this.
World Series MVP versus the National League MVP. Madison Bumgarner squaring off against Clayton Kershaw. Welcome back to the broadcast. I'm Amy Gutierrez, and last night's victory snapped a Dodgers 7-game win streak, and it was outfielder Justin Maxwell that ignited his offense and got the bats going. We're going to take a look back at last night. Top of the second inning, Maxwell off Brett Anderson, hits it in the gap, turns it into a 2-out triple. Scored a run as well, and in the top of the 8th, whoa, incredible sliding catch. Even Puig has to applaud that one. Bottom of the 8th, off Baez, a 2-run home run. It was his first as a San Francisco Giant, and the fans love it with the curtain call. Nicely done, Justin Maxwell, and he's back in the lineup. This evening, he's batting 5th. All right, game 2 between the Giants and the Dodgers coming up shortly, but first, we're going to check in with our Comcast Sportsnet studios for an update, so stay with us.
Welcome into our Comcast Sportsnet studios. Ahmed Fareed with the great Sean
Dodger fans, Giants fans, and it is a picturesque night here in the shores of San Francisco Bay. The Dodgers batting order now. Jimmy Rollins, shortstop. Justin Turner at first. Yasiel Puig, who's got a couple of homers in 22 career at-bats against Bumgarner, in right field. Kendrick, the cleanup hitter, at second. Van Slyke in left. Heisey just up from the minors in center. Uribe at third base. A.J. Ellis, the catcher. Kershaw is the pitcher, batting ninth.
On the hill tonight for the Giants will be Madison Bumgarner, the 6'5", 235-pound, 25-year-old. He's almost got 5 years in the big leagues already. Hard to believe. 3 times he has been a World Series champion. When you take your bats off of him, you're going to see a fastball that's low 90s with a natural cut. A lot of right-handers in the lineup tonight for the Dodgers. That'll be a key to try and dominate that inside corner. Curveball, slider, and a changeup.
And he's off the inside with ball 1 to the veteran, Jimmy Rollins, the former Philly. A Bay Area product. Still lives in the offseason over in Alameda. And along the first base side and back out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike to Jimmy Rollins. Madison Bumgarner, who pitched very well in his first start of the year, opening night in Arizona. And not that happy with his last 2 outings, although I think he had much better stuff the last outing. Made 1 big mistake. A 3-run homer was hit.
Well, I thought his last outing was pretty good because he had his curveball, which he didn't have his first two starts. And he thought after the 3rd start that he was starting to get better mechanics. So I think he's taking some good confidence out into the start.
On the outside corner, strike 2.
The strike zone he has tonight with Clint Fagan is not a big strike zone. It's a narrow zone. But one thing about Fagan is he's a pretty good breaking ball umpire. He hangs in on breaking balls. He likes the low pitch more than the high pitch.
Not that low.
Not that low. Let's take a look at that defense the Giants will employ tonight behind Madison Bumgarner. Starting in their outfield, it'll be Aoki, Pagan, and Maxwell. Crawford and Arias on the left side of the infield. Duffy and Bell on the right side. And Buster Posey will be in the squad, putting down the signs.
And it's a full count to Jimmy Rollins. His first year with the Dodgers, which he thought nothing like that would ever happen. And that's foul right over to the Giants dugout. He said, and he was very candid with the media and through the media, the fans in LA. He said, the Dodgers, I never envisioned myself playing with them. We didn't like the Dodgers. And he says it wasn't a personal thing. They were just always good. It was a team that we badly wanted to beat. So we just didn't like them. And that is all for Jimmy Rollins.
Good hard breaking ball to finish him off. Right now it's time for the Roundtable key ingredients of the game, brought to you by the Italian Artisan Pizza from Roundtable, available at participating restaurants, including online and mobile ordering, only at Roundtable, the last honest pizza. Number 1, out D the D's. That's right. You've got to beat the Dodgers with the gloves. That'll be number 1. Number 2, take advantage of opportunities offensively against Kershaw. And number 2, Bumgarner, control that inside corner. Those are our Roundtable key ingredients.
Now Justin Turner, who's at first base tonight, is Adrian Gonzalez, who's just had a fabulous start to the season, is getting a night off. Just off the outside. There's that narrow strike zone you were talking about, Mike.
Take a look at the 3-2 nasty slider just crashing in towards the back foot of Rollins. And that was a strikeout pitch for Bumgarner.
And again, a little bit off the outside, apparently. 2-0.
Now, right now, there's a little panic going on, and Bumgarner going, And it's going to be up to him to get into that strike zone a little deeper and then stretch it out and see if you can widen it out by letting that umpire know you can throw strikes. But right now, he's not happy with what he's seen in those 2 pitches.
Well, it wasn't to the target, but it was over the plate. Strike 1.
I think that's the worst of the 3 pitches. And when you know it, that's the one that gets called a strike.
You see Justin Turner. He had 2 home runs against Bumgarner in the same game last September at Dodger Stadium. And he blew that fastball right by him. And did Buster Posey get crossed up? He runs out to talk to Bumgarner.
He may have got hit with the backswing. Take a look at the bat. And that's just a 2-seam fastball that cuts right through him. See if the bat catches him. No.
To the count to Justin Turner. Yasiel Puig is on deck. 1 out, nobody on. The wind at the moment is blowing out towards San Francisco Bay. And that is out of play off to the right. Still 2 balls, 2 strikes to Turner. Justin Turner hit .340 for the Dodgers last year. And he was just out there available. The Mets didn't seem to think too much of him. Dodgers picked him up, and he ended up being a very valuable player for them. He was a role player, could play several positions, and he hit extremely well. Pop up, and Brandon Belt is going for it. Right along the foul line, back into fair ground. 2 down.
Well, the finish on that pitch is exactly what you want to see at Bumgarner. That had a nice little flat slide that really burns in on the hands of the right-handed hitter. And that was late movement that really ran up the bat of Turner. And he's quick middle in.
Yasiel Puig. I love the reaction shot that you guys had last night on the Comcast Sportsnet telecast of Puig applauding the effort of Justin Maxwell. Ball 1. It was Puig who was the victim in the 8th inning, and Maxwell, and the ball didn't really look catchable. Maxwell caught it just before he slammed into the sidewall. And Puig, a fellow right fielder, applauded his effort. 2-0. Puig almost got nicked on that one as he was lunging in toward the plate.
But that's the goal. When you're facing Puig, you've got to try and jam him. I mean, everybody tries to pitch him in on the hands, and he gets knocked back off the plate at least a couple times at every game. He's so lethal middle away, and he wants to extend his arms on you. He's looking for something out over the plate.
That's a called strike on the inside. Now it's 2-1. Well, Bumgarner saw Puig for the first time. Puig was, and he immediately set the baseball world on fire when he came up from the minor leagues. And Bumgarner ended up throwing him a changeup away, not even over the plate, and Puig hit an opposite field home run, and Bumgarner was just astounded.
Well, nobody had ever done that against him before. Not in that pitch, not in that location.
On the run, Maxwell. It falls, base hit. This is last September, Bumgarner and Puig, and he hit him in the foot.
Yeah, he hit a guy in the foot. It's not an intentional pitch, but Puig dropped some stank eye on him, and well, the rest is history. Suffice to say that they did not exchange Christmas cards this year.
So now Howie Kendrick, and he takes a called strike. Kendrick, the former Angel, and there's been talk that the Dodgers are so impressed with Kendrick's play early on that they're already trying to talk to his agent about signing an extension. He's hitting .367. That's a foul. So 2 quick strikes on Howie Kendrick. Got 2 homers, 6 doubles, 10 runs batted in, .436 on base average. And he is an excellent defensive second baseman on top of all of the offense. Kershaw getting ready to face the Giants in the last half of the first. And he struck him out. Howie Kendrick trying to check. Too late. Aoki, Duffy, Pagan coming up against Clayton Kershaw. No score. Audi, truth in engineering. It'll be Aoki hitting .344 left field. Matt Duffy in at second base. Pagan, center field, .333 average, and a history of success against Kershaw. Buster Posey, the catcher. Justin Maxwell, who last night had a homer and a triple and a walk and scored 3 runs for the Giants, is in right field. Brandon Belt at first base. Joaquin Arias, third base. As Bruce Bochy said, he wanted to go with his best defensive lineup. Brandon Crawford at short and Madison Bumgarner, the pitcher, batting ninth.
On the hill tonight for the Dodgers will be Clayton Kershaw, the 6'4", 225-pound left-hander. Just turned 27 back in March. He's in his 7th year at the big league level. This is what he is in 3 starts, 1-1 with a 4.42 ERA. You're going to see a fastball that goes low to mid-90s. He'll cut the fastball, hard slider, one of the best curveballs in the game, and a changeup.
1 ball to no strikes, a 94-mile-an-hour fastball right out at the beginning here. Aoki, who has seen Bumgarner in the past, or rather, well, seen them both really. And he used to be with the Brewers. And the count 1 ball, 1 strike. He has had only 1 hit in 9 career at-bats against Kershaw. Two and 1.
Kershaw, an MVP in 2014, Cy Young Award winner 3 times, 4-time All-Star, Gold Glove winner. I mean, he's the whole package. Fields his position well.
That is a little bit low on the check swing, and appeal denied by field and Culbert, the third base umpire.
Well, I think Kershaw wanted the pitch called a strike. I mean, the strike zone tonight is small, and it's going to test the patience of both starters tonight.
Blew it right by him, 3-2. And we haven't seen many just blow it right by Aoki at the belt.
Well, he defends that area well between the belt and the letters on his chest. He's a good hitter.
Came right back with hard stuff again, and that's back into the second deck.
Let's take a look at the defense the Dodgers will use tonight, starting in their outfield. From left to right, it'll be Van Slyke, Heisey, who just joined the team today, and Puig in right. That's the best arm. Rollins and Uribe on the left side. Kendrick and Turner on the right side of the infield. A.J. Ellis, he's in the squad, putting down the signs.
And he slashed at that one at the last minute. Had a little break to it, and he stayed alive, hit it right over the head of Matt Duffy on deck.
That was a big league emergency swing.
High and foul off the left field line.
This is the emergency swing we're talking about. I mean, he hit that ball, was behind him. And if you're in the on-deck circle, as close as these on-deck circles are, you better be heads up.
Kershaw knocked it down. Throws him out. Wow, that was a base hit in the making. Headed for center field, and Kershaw, with very quick reactions, was able to knock it down.
Well, you see why he gets a Gold Glove. I mean, he just gets a piece of it, gets it in front of him, and very quickly to his feet, and gets off a very accurate throw. I mean, remember, he's 6'4", 225 pounds, and he sure does not move like it. Nice play.
Aoki retired, and here is Matt Duffy.
Kershaw moves like he's 5'8", 160.
And it's 0-1. Duffy has only faced Kershaw 2 times, and he got a hit both times. 273 average for the year so far. And the big curveball, 0-2.
That is the yucca-doo deuce right there. That thing is an arcing rainbow, and you see it out of his hand, you think that's high, and then it just crashes in. You swear the brake on it's 2.5 feet, and it might be.
Jimmy Rollins, and just when you thought maybe Turner would have to jump off the bag to catch it, he stretched out and hauled it in.
Kind of a medium speed ground ball Rollins takes on the backhand. That was a time he had the best arm in the league for a shortstop. Here a little bit high, but Turner And he used about every bit of that glove to haul it in. 2 hitters, 2 ground balls off of Kershaw.
Now Pagan. 11 hits, 39 career at bats against Kershaw. And there's ball 1. No score in the game, last of the first. And that's a called strike. Got the low strike around the outside, 1-1. Pagan with a .333 average, .381 on base. And there's that big curveball, strike 2. I think Pagan thought it was too high, and the umpire immediately told him to get back in the batter's box.
Well, you remember the pitch you saw before, it was very low. So now you get the top end of the strike zone, and you're thinking, well, that's a big zone right there. You're going to call it that low, call it that high. That's not fair.
Off the outside.
But I think with Fagan, you'll see some height and you'll see low. You just don't see big corners. And he doesn't really stretch it out very much. He's more of a hitter's umpire than a pitcher's umpire.
Puig. And Puig takes charge as Heisey was also there, but Puig gets the put out. 3 up, 3 down. Van Slyke coming up against Bumgarner. To you by 1-800-4INJURY. If you've been injured in an accident, call 1-800-4INJURY or go to 1-800-4INJURY.com. Giants on the DL currently: Matt Cain, Eric Cordier, Travis Ishikawa, who apparently aggravated that lower back strain. He was on a rehab assignment with Sacramento, and he may have to go back on the shelf. Jake Peavy also out with the back strain, and Hunter Pence with the fractured left forearm. Here is Scott Van Slyke. No score. Very powerful right-handed hitter. And there's that high strike. It's 0-1. Scott Van Slyke had a big year last season as a part-time player. And he's off to a great start this year. The curve is low. Van Slyke has only had 13 at bats, but a .462 average. And in 13 at bats, he has 3 doubles and a home run. And that is over the outside. Some cutting action, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Van Slyke is a tall hitter. And most tall hitters like that ball down. They like the ball, really have the ball at the knees, and up around the letters, and he is no exception.
It's very hard. Bad hop, but Crawford plays it cleanly. One away.
Wow.
Now let's go down to our good friend, Amy G.
All right, John, just adding on to what you mentioned about Travis Ishikawa. He started the season on the disabled list. He played 5 games with AAA Sacramento River Cats and then tweaked his back, as you mentioned, while he was here for the ring ceremony. Boch said it locked up on him. He's going to remain with the team, guys, to get some treatment. Also, Boch named tomorrow's starter. It will be Ryan Vogelsong on the hill. Gentlemen?
All right, Vogelsong tomorrow, thanks to Amy G. And here is Chris Heisey, just up for the minor leagues, and he takes a called strike. They're giving Jock Peterson a night of rest. And as far as anybody could tell, Heisey got brought up so that they could go with an all right-handed lineup against Bumgarner. A ball and a strike. Heisey used to be a guy who played a lot in Cincinnati. Picked up by the Dodgers in the offseason. And after his first spring, he was sent right to the minor leagues.
Oh, with all the outfielders that the Dodgers had, I was a little surprised that they made that trade in the offseason. And then in spring training, he didn't make the club. Sent him out.
Check swing. And Buster Posey on the appeal. No, says Manny Gonzalez, the first base umpire. No swing. 2-1. Heisey, 2 hits in 11 career at-bats against Bumgarner. Three and 1.
Heisey's got power too. I think his home run power is to the left side of the field, especially in this ballpark. Play a very deep set in respect. And if he finds a gap, he's got good speed. He'll take 3.
That ball is hit deep down the left field line and foul into the second deck. Now that is a spectacular foul ball home run.
That's a spectacular strike. But he is a quick bat middle in, and he does have big time power to that side of the field.
3-2 the count. And he gets the walk.
Take a look at that ground ball that Scott Van Slyke hit to Brandon Crawford, and he's got such great spring in his legs, and that's where you are able to adjust when you get a late hop. I mean, he's got great hands, but look at the legs come up with the spring, and that really is part of why he has such wonderful hands. Strong-legged shortstop, and he really showed it there. Ball had some hair on it.
So now the former Giant Juan Uribe, who's had some success against Bumgarner. And Heisey back to the bag at first. Crawford told me that this infield right now, he said the infield dirt is hard, and when the ball comes on a bounce off the grass and then another bounce on the dirt, he now anticipates it's going to come up, which it did there. And he says he was trying to figure it out, something to do with the top spin and whatnot. He says it's a different bounce on the grass, and then it hits that dirt, and almost invariably it comes up.
Well, and if you have that mindset as an infielder that you think that ball's going to come up, that's when you start making errors. The other thing too about this infield is the grass just is not heavy this year. It's not thick, and balls are shooting through the grassy part of the infield in a very, very quick fashion, more than we've ever seen it before.
That's out of play off to the right.
A much faster infield than Giants infielders are used to here at AT&T. Now they got a little conditioning when they opened the season in Arizona, which was a very fast infield. It gets on you here, and it gets on you quick, and it also limits the range that you have here because of the quickness of the infield, and that favors the hitter.
Over the outside, the breaking ball, and it's 1-2.
And now Uribe's thinking, wait a second, you called that a ball first pitch at bat, now you call it a strike? What's it going to be?
Posey looking to the dugout. See if Bruce Bochy has any instructions, maybe about a throw to first. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And he went after that high fastball, fouling it back. Still a ball and 2 strikes. Here's Rich Bochy, and you see Posey having a look. Bochy tells him what he has in mind, if anything.
Well, check that runner.
In the dirt, scooped out by Brandon Belt.
Time you're looking from center field camera, and you see that catcher make a fist and have like a hitchhiker's thumb. That means throw over, and that's a sign call from the bench. Fastball in.
On the fists. Brandon Crawford. Out number 2. Heisey back to first.
All right, time now for a Honda Save, brought to you by the Honda Dream Garage Sales Event. Right now, your Honda dealer. And last night, Brandon Crawford, for the second time this year, goes down to his belly and a glove flip to Joe Panik, who completes a double play. It went to review, and it showed that the Giants indeed did make the double play. Nice play from Buster Posey on the end of the 2. But that is our Honda Save. Joe Panik with a night off tonight.
Here now is A.J. Ellis. And there's ball 1. But Joe Panik made one very similar to that. He was the one who started it in Game 7, very famously in Game 7 of the World Series. And now, on the first couple of weeks of the season, Brandon Crawford should have had the reverse image of that play a couple of times now, including that one last night. Belt, but this one is going to be back out of play. A ball and a strike to A.J. Ellis. Ellis had been the regular catcher for the Dodgers, but now he may primarily be the catcher for Clayton Kershaw. They have a very good thing going. But Yasmani Grandal was acquired from the Padres in the offseason. So far, Grandal has done most of the catching. Maxwell, plenty of room. The Dodgers are gone. A walk and a man left. Buster Posey coming up, then Maxwell. No score. Now Toyota by the numbers. Toyota's biggest break sales event is here. Visit buyatoyota.com for local deals. The most career hits in Major League Baseball versus Clayton Kershaw, Dexter Fowler with the most. And second on that list, the former Giant Pablo Sandoval. Then Troy Tulowitzki of the Rockies. And number 4, Buster Posey, tied with his teammate Angel Pagan and the Yankees' Chase Headley. And there you have it. Pablo with the Red Sox so far has been hitting. He's been kind of a singles machine, and that's about it. He's had 1 double and no homers. and hitting in the 260s. And he's been embroiled in some controversy already with other teams and beanball issues and you name it. Here's Buster Posey to lead off. Back to the screen. Buster last night had 2 hits and an RBI and really hit the ball hard every time he came up to the plate.
Well, came back from the off day, took some extra batting practice, which he very rarely does.
Puig. Oh, what a play. That ball was just clobbered, and Puig ran it down.
A lot of what we saw in the batting practice session was go to right, and here he absolutely bushes this thing, and it's got Slice going away from Puig. Take a look at the concentration. I mean, he can do some absolute amazing things out there in the outfield. And he just took away extra bases from Buster Posey. That man there does not lack for talent.
Justin Maxwell, right field. Puig gets this one. A thigh-high catch. 2 down.
Well, I like the opposite field approach, and I mean, it's a nice philosophy to have against Kershaw. I mean, as good as Kershaw's stuff is, he really will make you a compact hitter. But going to right field, that's a good approach.
Now Brandon Belt. Belt, who was not in the lineup last night against the left-hander Brett Anderson after the scheduled day off Monday. And part of the reason he's in there, Bruce Bochy wanted to go with his best defensive lineman. And also, he didn't want Belt to have 3 straight days off. He thought he was trying to swing the bat this past Sunday. But it's definitely not that he's in there because he does so well against Kershaw. No.
Lifetime?
3. It's not like he's never had a hit. There it is. 3 for 27. 1 and 2.
Well, you take 27 at bats against a guy, you should have a pretty good plan of what you want to try and accomplish. Not that it's any easier against a guy like Kershaw, but you're not going to get surprised after 27 at bats with the stuff you see.
Did he swing? Yes. That ball bounced in front of home plate. Fielding culprit, the third base umpire, said that was a swing. Madison Bumgarner in a 0-0 tie. He'll be facing Clayton Kershaw, who will lead off for the Dodgers, and then Jimmy Rollins to follow. As we head to the 3rd inning, Giants and Dodgers scoreless.
gutsy play. Last night, Justin Maxwell made a catch with Yasiel Puig at the plate. Coming in and sliding in and taking on the wall, really slammed his knee into the cement part below the padding. And that is our Ram Gutsy play. Ram 1500 is Green Journal's 2015 Green Truck of the Year. Guts Glory Ram. Visit ramtrucks.com to learn more.
Kershaw, the hitter. A called strike from Madison Bumgarner. Kershaw in his career with a 158 batting average and a home run, which the Giants know all about that. He hit it against the Giants to break a 0-0 tie in the 8th inning of a game. Opening day. 0-2. So every time I see his batting average, I always think it's a misprint because it seems like he's looked like a much better hitter than 158, at least against the Giants.
He's a threat. He's got a good swing.
2 strikes to count. Stays alive.
Well, remember, it was George Contos on the hill. 0-0 ball game. Opening day, Matt Cain against Kershaw. And here was a fastball, get it in challenge. And he takes on center field at Dodger Stadium. And that made it a 1-0 ball game. The Dodgers would go on to win that game. And Magic Johnson was digging it.
One and two. Well, Kershaw that day truly did it all. Shut out the Giants, hit a home run to put himself ahead. Bumgarner been throwing a lot of pitches in this game. That was his 43rd pitch already. We're only in the 3rd inning.
Yeah, that was an overthrow too. Many times you max out an overthrow pitch and you pull it out of the strike zone. This high.
Kershaw fights one off. Hanging tough. Kershaw so far this year, 1 hit, 5 at bats, and the 1 hit was a double. Struck him out. Curveball in the dirt. Posey throws him out at first. And the 9th pitch of the battle. Fans win a 2014 Giants World Series ring created by Tiffany & Company. It's identical to the rings given to the Giants players and coaches, and the ring will be personalized with the winner's last name. Purchase tickets at sfgiants.com/ring raffle. The minimum purchase is $10. The proceeds will benefit the Giants Community Fund. For a good cause and a chance to win something spectacular. That is a foul ball.
Well, that's a good thing, because if it's fair, that's a base hit. I don't think Arias could have even gotten off a throw to get Rollins. Rollins runs pretty well still, even 15 years into his career. 14 years he wore the Philadelphia Phillies uniform. And we were talking about last night's game, John. It's really kind of strange to see him in any other uniform.
Jimmy Rollins, Philly. Just kind of and there was a while there I thought, no, he was never going to leave the Phillies. He had the no trade on his contract. That's called strike 2. But he saw what everybody else saw, that the Phillies are rebuilding. Going to go through some lean years. And he had a chance to go to a team that's a top contender. And Bumgarner strikes him out. Posey will go over and tag Jimmy Rollins. 2 down. Now let's go down to Amy G.
All right, gentlemen, I actually talked to Jimmy Rollins about the transition he had to make after 14 years with the Philadelphia Phillies to a Dodgers uniform. And he said, you know what, the transition wasn't that tough because I was ready to go. He said the hardest part was that he grew up an avid Oakland A's fan. He grew up in Alameda, so that was tough to be in an LA uniform knowing he loved the A's growing up. But he said the transition was made easy by the fans. He also said the weather helped out a lot, guys.
a little bit better down in Southern California than Philadelphia. Is that what he's saying? A bloop in there for a hit from Justin Turner. First ball swinging to keep the inning going. Jimmy Rollins, who still lives in Alameda the offseason, went to Encinal High School, and they retired his number over there, Mike.
Well, I have to believe he made him proud, the type of career that he's had. And a lot of people believe that when Rollins is done playing, that he'll be a coach and eventually a manager.
Well, when the Phillies were at their best, as you see Yasiel Puig coming up, they had a lot of talent, and they could beat you a lot of different ways. But Jimmy Rollins was the guy who was in the middle of everything, starting rallies with the bat and playing great defense, the captain of the infield. And the curveball for a strike to Puig.
He's not looking for that speed.
Scoreless in the third. Puig now back in the batter's box, but he never actually left the batter's box. You have to keep 1 foot in the box, and he did. One. He does not look happy.
Well, you have to get it in there, and you say to yourself, if I'm going to throw it inside, if I miss, I'm going to miss off the plate in. Now, I don't know how he got out of the way of that one, but that will not be the last time he sees a pitch on the inside part of the plate or off the plate in. You have to try and jam him. Bumgarner shook off the slider. He wants to go back in again.
Maxwell on the run, and that is in the seats. Caught by Bumgarner.
Well, here's the previous pitch, a little cut fastball that will bore in on you. And it just misses the leg of Yasiel Puig. I think that's the better move right there. Take your stank eye and look up in the crowd with you. Just don't drop it on the pitcher.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Turner, the runner at first with 2 down. Howard Kendrick, the cleanup man, is on deck. Turner is back. Pitchers have been given permission to blow in their hand while on the mound. It's a cool night here.
Yeah, you can go to your mouth now as long as you give the illusion that you're wiping it off.
Runner going. That is foul.
Man, I had some weird spin on it. Already one time this year we've seen a ball that bounced foul and came back into fair territory because of some weird spin. Here, Puig just gets it right off the end of the bat. And right here I'm thinking it has a chance to be fair. And then all of a sudden, no. As a third baseman, don't give it another chance. Once you see it foul, pick it up.
And for the very reason that you mentioned, what we saw the other day here, it's not a foul ball until it's still foul after it's past the bag. Don't give it a chance to come back into fair ground. 1 and 2. Now Turner was running on the previous pitch. We'll keep an eye on it. Belt on the bag with him at first. Bumgarner taking a long time between pitches here. Puig back away. Turner not running. And caught by Brandon Bell, and he did jam him, Mike, just as you said the plan was.
Could not have thrown a better pitch in a better location.
1 hit, 1 left. Arias coming up. deals at McDonald's with the McD app. Download the McD app on your smartphone and get great deals at participating Greater Bay Area McDonald's. Visit McDapp.com. It's the new plaque that they unveiled yesterday out on the port walk. Mighty cut by Joaquin Arias, but a foul back to the screen. Arias has had 32 at-bats in his career against Kershaw, third most among current Giants. And that, plus his excellent glove over at third base, he's in there. That is in, base hit, and he is the Giants' first base runner. And he had two very good swings against Kershaw.
He did.
Also, Casey McGee, that knee, the left knee, has a little inflammation right now, and he should be back in there tomorrow. But Bochy said he was either going to have tomorrow off or today off, so he figured with Arias' experience against Kershaw, he'd give McGee tonight off instead. Here's Brandon Crawford. Crawford, a guy who has, the last couple of years, hit very well against lefties. And did so last night. 0-1.
93-mile-an-hour challenge right at the belt. And Crawford was looking for it.
Now, when I say he's done the last couple of years very well against lefties, it doesn't necessarily mean every single left-hander. Just overall.
Well, there are exceptions.
Now, against Kershaw, he's had one hit in 17 career at-bats. Strike two call.
Not looking fastball there. So there you have a couple of guesses. Now you get into a two-strike count, and you really can't guess against a guy like Kershaw, so you have to try and get short, defend.
He knocked in the first run of the game last night with a drag bunt single with two down in the second inning after Maxwell had hit a two-out triple. Pitcher was coming up next. It was a daring play, and he made it work. Off the outside. 1-2. Brandon Crawford so far this year, he hadn't faced many lefties. Giants, this is only the third game of the season in which the Giants have faced a left-handed starter. But Crawford has had 4 hits and 7 at-bats against left-handed pitching so far this year. 2-2.
Good pitch, good take. Not an easy one to take. Cutter at 88 miles per hour that Kershaw really had no intention of throwing a strike with it. He just wanted to show it on the outside corner and then let the movement fall off away and hope that Crawford chases.
Bumgarner on deck. And Arias back to the bag. Arias runs very well, but he's never been a base stealer per se. Turner on the bag with him. Dodgers have 2 hits. The Giants have 1. We're in the last of the third. Nobody out. Curveball. Ooh. And, that one, I think that one's been called a strike previously tonight.
It's so hard because it really is literally coming at your right shoulder, and you're thinking your life's about to end, and all of a sudden, boom, it's got this huge break that comes back into the strike zone.
3-2. We got the fastball, 95 miles an hour. Fouled it back to the screen. Had a good rip at it. Arias was not running. Now we see Bill Hayes over whispering something to Arias as they both take a look at Roberto Kelly, the third base coach, who was flashing some signs. 3-2 the count. And a walk. Now that is quite a plate appearance for Crawford, who immediately fell behind in the count at 0-2 and finally coaxed a walk against Kershaw.
Well, here's a scary fact. Pipes dating back to the Civil War are still delivering water in the Bay Area. Tomorrow night at 11, NBC Bay Area's investigative unit will uncover the growing numbers of broken, busted pipes at a time when we're all being asked to conserve water. The story tomorrow night at 11 on NBC Bay Area News.
Now that is sort of the, they have a lot of talented people over there at NBC Bay Area. That's kind of the crown jewel, in my humble opinion, IMHO.
They investigate.
So here's Bumgarner. Dodgers looking for the bunt. And Bumgarner is not bunting. He rips one right into the Giants' dugout. Hello.
And that is an ugly finder. Carl Kuchin, the strength coach. If you're a trainer or a strength coach, you better hope you never get hit by one of those things, because you would never hear the end of it.
Bumgarner showing bunt. And he fouls it back over the screen, out of play. 2 strikes. He looks a little unhappy with himself. Giants are their first threat here against Kershaw. No score in the game. 2 men on, nobody out. Aoki is on deck. Showing bunt, as you can see. He now brings the bat back and takes a curve in the dirt.
That's exactly where he wanted to throw that big curveball. Try and bounce on home plate. He gets a lot of strikeouts with that big curveball down on the plate, or that little patch of dirt between the plate and the catcher.
Well, suddenly, starting with Crawford and now Bumgarner, the Giants are making Kershaw work hard. Got a curve in the dirt and also well off the outside. Saved by Ellis. 2-2.
One thing, when he's come in and attacked with the fastball, it's been up. And that is that's a location that Bumgarner covers very well.
Two balls, 2 strikes. He shows bunt. Gets it down. Kershaw. And the runners have been moved up very adeptly by Madison Bumgarner. First he made him throw several pitches, and then he got the bunt down.
So Bochy giving up and out and really putting pressure on Bumgarner to do it with 2 strikes. It should go down the third base side. Let that third baseman come down and come out of position, which opens up a lane for the runner at second base. And you could not do a better job than this. You make Kershaw make a great play. And once he snags it, he has all the time in the world to make a throw. But job well done. And a very productive out.
And the Giants are in a spot now where they don't necessarily need a hit to get a run home. And right now the Dodgers' middle infield is backed up. So a ground ball to a middle infielder could get a run home. A fly ball hit well could also do it. Off the inside.
Ooh, Kershaw wanted. He thought he had a strike there.
And there's the tight corners that you were talking about earlier, Mike.
You just don't get him with Clint Fagan, the plate umpire. He makes you work if you're a pitcher. And this is one of those situations we're talking about. You get an opportunity, you've got to cash in on him against Kershaw. And this is an opportunity.
Aoki was robbed of a hit by Kershaw himself back in the first inning. Ooh. That was even closer to that inside corner, and still called the ball.
Kershaw walks off the mound, and he doesn't do that a whole lot, but that glare absolutely challenged Fagan. It doesn't look like a strike. You don't see many of those belt highs called by many umpires, but Fagan has already established that he will call that strike in this game. Kershaw knows that, and he got 2 pitches in that area where he thought he deserved strikes, didn't get any of them.
So 2-0 the count. And a foul off the left field line.
Keeps pounding the hands with 95.
And it looked like Aoki asked the plate umpire Fagan if the pitch that he had just taken a swing against was in fact a strike, and Fagan did nod his head. That pitch was a very similar location to the one he had just taken for a ball. 2-1 the count. Arias at third, Crawford at second. And that's high and tight.
And no secret as to how he's trying to pitch Aoki. He's just trying to burn hands with gas.
You got young Matt Duffy on deck. Pagan in the hole. So 3-1 to Aoki. This is turning into a kind of a stressful inning for Clayton Kershaw. 3-1. Breaking for the plate, Arias, and he will score. Rollins throws out. Aoki the throw to third. Crawford safe at third. Crawford could not break initially until the ball was thrown by Jimmy Rollins, and then he took off. He took a gamble, and he just did make it.
Well, he really did. But what a beautiful at bat from Nori Aoki. They set the middle defense of the infield back. They're giving a run, and once it got past Uribe, it was going to be an easy score for Arias. Rollins looked at him, completes the play, and Crawford has a little bit of a gamble there, and he just does get a hand in to extend the inning. Nice at bat.
One nothing Giants. And here's Matt Duffy. 2 down, runner at third. Shallow center. Heisey dives and he can't get it. Crawford scores. Duffy drops one in just in front of Heisey, and the Giants have a 2-run inning.
Well, his last at bat against Kershaw started him off with a high fastball, and he was looking for it. And he's got an inside-out approach. Even if you get jammed, you can still beat a pitcher. This is not a bad pitch. It's right where he wanted to throw it. It goes up the bat, but his balance is square to the middle of the field, and he throws a little dead bird out to center, and the Giants get a 2-0 lead.
Angel Pagan now. Runner at first. 2 down. 2 runs in. Duffy is back. 20 pitches thrown in the inning by Clayton Kershaw. And this all started at the bottom of the order with a single by Joaquin Arias.
See what Duffy has done with runners in scoring position this year. 6 for 12. And he'll remember that last one for a while.
Foul ball off the foot.
That's really how you gather confidence as a young player. When you have success against established big leaguers, especially guys that is established like Clayton Kershaw. A base hit in an RBI situation with 2 outs there, that would give you confidence that you can play here, that you can produce here.
Yeah, getting the hits, that's important, but even more importantly is when you get them. And that was a huge one to get. So a run was in, and now 2 runs are in. 2 down. And the curveball for the strike. It's 0-2.
It's such a great pitch. You just break a hitter down. You're not looking for it. And then you see it, and you just don't identify it as something you need to worry about, and boom, it just drops in there like a peach to a peach basket. That's all I could come up with, partner.
I was buying it. I was saying, wow, how come I couldn't come up with that? Two strikes to count to Pagan. Duffy at first. Turner on the bag with him. Kershaw checks him. 1-2. Buster Posey on deck. Now this has been a difficult inning for Kershaw. He's thrown 23 pitches. The Giants have scored a couple of runs. He's closing in on 50 pitches for the game now in the 3rd inning. Bumgarner's thrown 54 already. Both pitchers have had their issues with the plate umpire's strike zone. That is a foul ball.
More pitches.
Pagan tried out to right center his first time. And Pagan, who also has a lot of experience against Kershaw. And he's not threatening to win any batting titles based on what he's done with Kershaw, but he's had more experience than most Giants and more success. There goes Duffy. And strike 3. So curveball to end the inning. Second strikeout for Kershaw, but a 25-pitch inning And the Giants lead 2-0. Ford is the right choice for California. Last night, Tim Lincecum induced 4 double plays from Dodger hitters. The first inning, this one is in the second. Buster Posey got it started. Then in the 4th inning. And finally in the 6th inning. And this was the best of all. Crawford to Panic to Posey. Tim Lincecum led the cheering. He was the first Giants pitcher to induce 4 double plays since Livan Hernandez back in 2002. And he did it in the first 6 innings. Here's Howie Kendrick, 2-0 Giants. On the move is Maxwell on the warning track. 1 away.
1 pitch out.
Now let's go down to Amy G.
All right, guys, a little more from Timmy on those 4 double plays. He says the double play ball is truly a pitcher's best friend, especially if you get yourself into a jam. He said the defense behind him last night was so exciting. He also said his approach out there on the mound last night was to keep the ball down and away, trust his stuff, and use his deception to keep the hitters off balance. Guys?
Well, indeed he did. He certainly didn't do it by overpowering anybody last night. Lincecum we've got Van Slyke first ball swinging. Brandon Belt, ball up in the wind. Be careful. He's got it. 2 down. Now Bumgarner thrown 54 pitches in the first 3 innings. Very high total. But he's got 2 outs on 2 pitches here in the 4th.
Well, and Chris Heisey really should take a couple pitches when you consider all the work that Kershaw had to do in the bottom of the 3rd. I mean, the Dodgers, I'm sure, would love to get him a bit of a breather, but bang, 2 quick outs with 1 pitch swings, and Bumgarner could really do his team a big favor getting them back in that dugout quickly.
And there's a called strike to Heisey, who walked his first time. 2-0 Giants here in the 4th inning. And he's too high with that curveball. Juan Uribe out on deck. 2 runs, 2 hits for the Giants. No runs, 2 hits for the Dodgers. Yeah, the curveball. Strike 2 call. Giants got a single by Arias, a walk to Brandon Crawford, and then Bumgarner laid down a bunt, which ended up being a huge play.
Big play indeed. Good baseball.
Just a little bit low at 94 miles an hour. That's a full count now, 3-2.
And really, Heisey, to his credit, getting all these pitches and extending the inning in this pretty good at bat. And the one thing you do not want to do if you're Bumgarner is issue a free pass. You've got a 2-0 lead. You got to make him swing the bat.
3-2. Struck him out. And he went to the breaking ball, a sharp one. And that still ends up being a quick inning, 8 pitches and out. Buster Posey coming up.
These 3-pack offers. That's right. The pack includes a ticket to the Metallica Day game on Saturday, May 2nd, and 2 of the Orange Friday Happy Hour games featuring live musical performances pregame in Seals Plaza. Go to sfgiants.com/minipack and check it out.
Buster Posey, strike one with a foul ball into the crowd. Buster just hit a laser beam in the second inning. Just annihilated it. But it was turned into a great play by Yasiel Puig with a headlong dive going toward the foul line. So he's 0 for 1. Curveball, strike 2 call.
Posey thinking, we haven't seen that called very much.
Two quick strikes to Buster Posey. Justin Maxwell on deck. And the emergency swing there, and it worked. Still alive.
Now, you saw A.J. Ellis, the catcher for the Dodgers, in an 0-2 count. He wanted a slider in. Kershaw shook it off. He went slider away, and he tried to backdoor it. That's such a wicked pitch. And you're right. Posey did well to fight that off.
And this one a 94-mile-an-hour fastball, and he fights that one off too.
Knee high on the block, about 4 inches off the plate away. He had to cover it because of what that second strike with the curveball did in his mind. He knows he's got to cover away, so he's jumping outside, and it opens up inside when you do that.
There they go, inside now. Bouncing it in. 1-2. Well, I think Kershaw's coming off a very high-stress inning, a 25-pitch inning. And he was in the stretch from the second pitch of the inning on after Arias hit the second pitch for a single. Oh, wow. And Buster very unhappy with that call. Now that pitch was not only low, it looked like it might have been off the plate as well.
You kind of have an umpire that's at times guessing on corners, and we're starting to see a little more width where they haven't seen these called all night long, and who would know more than a catcher? And Buster had to give one up way away, and here he gives up one way inside. That's a frustrating at bat. And that was not that far away from the same pitch that Posey just got called out on. But hey, it's part of it, and both pitchers have had to struggle with it.
Puig in the wide open spaces out there. 2 down.
Well, time now for our BMW drive. And last night, Justin Maxwell hit a 2-run bomb, 97-mile-an-hour fastball challenge, and hits his first home run as a Giant off Pedro Baez. That was in the 8th inning. That's our BMW drive. Time for our BMW drive, the ultimate driving machine at BayAreaBMW.com.
97-mile-an-hour fastball, and he pulled it down the line. Well over 400 feet. Pretty impressive, especially in this ballpark on a windy night. 0-1 to Brandon Bell. 2 down, nobody on. The ball and a strike down.
Yeah, one of 2 extra base hits that Maxwell had last night. Had a triple early in the game.
Curveball. And Bell, he swung at it like it was a 2-strike pitch.
Well, he swung as hard as the pitch was throwing. About 74 miles per hour. And that's what a good off speed will do to a guy. It'll take his lower body out of the swing, and he just sort of wave through it. You don't mind swinging a pitch, fighting it off with 2 strikes. When you have a 1-strike count and you swing like that, you're not happy with yourself.
He's got 2 strikes now. 2-2. Daniel Descalso, Bay Area product, with a walk-off hit in Colorado tonight as the Rockies came from behind and beat the Padres. Well, he swung and missed at a pitch almost identical to that one, his first at bat.
He catches it barehanded. You think he's got a little frustration going right now?
3-2.
Trainers just love it when their ace pitchers catching balls back barehanded. He's like, give me that thing.
That is strike 3 call. 3 up and 3 down for the Giants. 4 strikeouts for Kershaw. Bumgarner back to the mound, leading 2-0. By PG&E in honor of Earth Day. PG&E wants to help you save energy, money, and the environment. Visit PGE.com and take the home energy checkup to see all the ways you can start saving today. PG&E, together building a better California. And Mike, happy Earth Day to you.
Yeah, back at you. Happy Earth Day.
And happy Earth Day to Earth. There's a foul. So it's not the birthday. They don't know the exact date that the Earth was formed, right? It's just Earth Day. It's sort of a random day. They say, hey, let's have Earth Day.
Well,
I'm sorry I didn't get you a card.
April 22nd. It's as good a day of any. Come on. April 20th is taken. We got to go with April 22nd.
Juan Uribe popped out to short his first time. Took a mighty cut, as he almost always does.
That is a good, hard snap and slider. And I mean, you see that from that low three-quarter release that he has, and it's a big sweeping break, but it's quick. And it just crashes in on your back foot.
And he laid off the high hard one.
Just change sight lines. Cleanse the eye palette. Put your colors on, head out to the yard.
Two and two.
Not happy with that pitch.
Runner rubs up the ball. A.J. Ellis on deck. Clayton Kershaw due up third in the inning. 2-0 Giants here in the fifth.
Buster's really slowing him down. Took a while before he gave him the sign. He did that on purpose.
Up the middle, base hit.
Well, for comprehensive coverage of everything orange and black, check out pregame live and postgame live before and after every Giants telecast on Comcast Sportsnet. Authentic Bay Area sports.
First time the Dodgers have gotten a leadoff man on base. They've had 3 singles against Bumgarner plus a walk. So here is A.J. Ellis with Kershaw coming out on deck. Ellis flied out to right his first time. And that's called strike. 0-1. The Padres lost one tonight. They've been very hot. The Padres started the day in a virtual tie for first with the Dodgers. They were 10-5. And they won 8 of their last 10. But Colorado snapped a 5-game losing streak, beat them tonight. Here's Arias. He'll go to first. So Uribe moves up in the scoring position with 1 away.
Just not enough volume on the ground ball to have a chance for the lead runner at second.
So now Kershaw to try and knock in this run himself. Kershaw struck out his first time. And he gave Bumgarner a hard time. He was up there for a long while.
9 pitches. He's had more pitches in his at bat than any other Dodger tonight.
Bumgarner and Kershaw. He was trying to tie it up right there.
The pitch count being as important as it is in today's game, if you're an opposing pitcher, it doesn't matter what you do. If you get 9 pitches out of an opposing pitcher, that's a great at bat.
So you have to kind of explain the context, though, if you're telling somebody, oh, he had a great at bat. Really, what did he do? He struck out. But it was great, let me tell you. 0-2 the count.
Reach it back there. That's a 94-mile-an-hour fastball. These two guys have a lot of respect for one another, and they do not like losing to each other. Just a bit inside. When you have that wide of a break with your breaking ball, a lot of times you won't get that inside corner to a left-hander simply because it just looks like it wraps around the plate in the eye of the umpire.
One ball, 2 strikes. Struck him out swinging. Kershaw breaks to first. Buster throws him out. And that's the way Kershaw plays the game. He struck out of the ball in the early. He took off.
He should. Respect the game. It doesn't take any talent to hustle. But watch what Posey does. He blocks the ball, and he's got a runner at second base. But he'll come out, and he'll keep his eye on Uribe to see what he's going to do. Once he sees that Uribe is okay, then he knows the play's at first base, and he doesn't have to worry about losing 90 feet. That look will freeze a runner.
Jimmy Rollins, runner at second, 2 down, strike 1. Rollins has been up twice, and Bumgarner has struck him out both times.
You know, this is where he toughens up, though. He's always been the kind of a guy that the bigger the at-bat, the better at-bat he gives you.
One ball, one strike. Rollins, who is now 36 years old. He hit 17 home runs for the Phillies last year. Still an excellent defensive shortstop. He can still steal a base.
Not a big guy. He's only 5'7", very compact. But as you mentioned, he's 17 home runs last year. He's got some pop.
1-1 the count. Off the outside. Justin Turner on deck. See Bumgarner's pitch count. He threw a lot early, then had the quick fourth inning.
Yeah, that 8-pitch inning in the fourth really helped his pitch count. That's a gift.
2-1. And a foul out of play off the right field side. Now 2 balls, 2 strikes to Rollins. Rollins only 3 hits in 19 career at-bats against Bumgarner. Base hit here can mean a run. Uribe at second, ready to run at the crack of the bat with 2 down. Broken back. Duffy. And that ends the inning. 2-0 Giants. Arias, Crawford, and Bumgarner coming up against Kershaw.
And happy Earth Day to everybody. The Giants are certainly doing their part to save this planet as they set the green standards time and time again. For the 7th year in a row, they have won the Major League Baseball's Green Glove Award for their recycling and sustainability efforts. And they went from a LEED silver certification, guys, to gold certification. Giants able to divert 96% of the park's waste from landfills, and they are the single largest contributor to the San Francisco compost program. Getting it done, gentlemen.
All right, Amy, thank you. Amy G, if there's stuff with important people, awards, she knows about.
She's on it. Well, she knows everybody.
Clayton Kershaw to Joaquin Arias. Man, the curveball. Arias thought he could launch that one. 0-2. Arias hit a single to center to start that 2-run 3rd inning rally. See his career numbers against Kershaw, not too bad. That one bounced right over the head of the on-deck hitter, Brandon Crawford, and into the crowd.
Nice play. Not a bit. Larry Bear coming over, high-fiving.
Another guy who knows everybody.
Everybody. Ooh, that was strike 3 on Buster Posey. A little scary down there to take a pitch.
2-2 the count to Joaquin Arias. Check swing. Sharp curveball to the dirt.
Oh, 2-2 count. That was his chance to go down there and bounce that curveball. But I love that shot from behind home plate. You really could get a chance to see just how quick the break is on the curveball from Kershaw. But he's also got that little dip where he rocks his shoulder back, and he's so deceptive with that high 3/4 release.
And that is the strikeout. He foul tipped it into Ellis's glove. Strikeout number 5 for Kershaw.
Well, new Giants mini packs have just been released, and you go to sfgiants.com/mini pack to check out the 4-game pack options. Each pack will include a ticket to a Dodger game. Packs start as low as $79. For more information on these new 4-pack offers, visit sfgiants.com/mini pack.
Brandon Crawford up now, 2-0. The Giants ahead, last of the 5th. Crawford, after falling behind 0-2, ended up getting a walk in that 3rd inning. And eventually, the Giants were able to translate that into the 2nd run of the inning. And Crawford right now, whether it's Kershaw or anybody else, he's swinging with a lot more confidence the last few days.
Except that one there.
Now that may have just ruined it.
That was nasty. Oh my word.
Well, they always used to say there were certain pitchers who could put a good hitter into a slump for the next 2 weeks.
He can do it.
Did it again. 2 down.
I mean, that's as good a breaking ball. And he's got so many different breaking balls that he can give you, and they're all strikeout quality breaking balls. It's a hard slider. He just snaps it right across the zone. You're thinking that's going to be a strike. And by the time you get to it, it's off the plate away a foot. Nasty.
Now Bumgarner. Off the inside. Bumgarner ended up laying down a bunt on it with 2 strikes to move the runners up, which was a huge play in that 2-run inning. They might not have scored anybody were it not for that bunt. Oh, not when he called a strike. Bumgarner. So wait a minute.
I've seen many pitchers question umpires' calls of strikes. But if you've got a Silver Slugger award like Bumgarner has, you can ask. A healthy swing. Healthy swing.
Did he tell Bumgarner a joke?
Well, he's probably said, "There's your pitch. You had it. You missed it, pal. You're done." That's the kind of conversation catchers give you. I promised you one fastball. I gave it to you. Don't expect it again.
Well, they're having quite a conversation. Curveball, strike 3 call. Kershaw strikes out the side. On to the 6th. Turner, Puig, Kendrick coming up against Bumgarner. children's hospitals, redefining possible for children in the Bay Area and beyond. And games played at American League Parks today. The White Sox over Cleveland 6-0. Jeff Samardzija got the best of last year's Cy Young winner Corey Kluber. The Blue Jays over the Orioles up in Canada. 38 degrees at game time in Detroit. And the Yankees, they seem to like the cold weather. They destroyed David Price and the Tigers 13-4. And the Rays indoors beat the Red Sox down in St. Pete. And the Minnesota Twins shut out the Kansas City Royals. Mike Pelfrey over Jeremy Guthrie, the former Stanford star. Oakland and the Angels tied top 6 in Anaheim. The Mariners up in Seattle are ahead 3-1 in their game. So all the games scheduled in American League Parks. The Mariners leading Houston in that game up in Seattle. Justin Turner at the plate with Yasiel Puig on deck. And Bumgarner behind Turner, 2-0.
And this becomes a big pitch. Bumgarner has to make Turner swing the bat here. You cannot issue any free passes ahead of that guy. Not when he represents the tying run if he hits with a man on.
Turner has popped out to first and singled.
He's on it. Let's talk about timing and getting lower body into a swing. When you see a hitter foul a ball straight back like Turner just did, he was not fooled to the timing of the pitch. And he lets it go. I mean, he's got a big leg lift, and he really has a big hitch that he'll use.
2-1 the count. Deep right center field. Maxwell. Well, he had a lot of room to go after that one. To the deepest part of this ballpark. Justin Turner, probably a home run in any other park.
Any other ballpark in the National League, he's round the bags here. I mean, he roasts this thing. But here, I mean, just easy, lazy fly ball, not a problem. You take on right center, you cannot put height on a fly ball. It just gives too much time to an outfielder to go catch it.
Yasiel Puig. Puig has singled and broke his bat hitting a pop-up his last time. 1 for 2. 1 ball, no strikes. That was pitch number 83, thrown by Madison Bumgarner. Giants ahead 2-0. We're in the 6th inning. Almost hit him.
It's that low three-quarter release. He's got a slight little crossover step. Bumgarner, one of the few guys that uses that third base side as a left-hander. Not an easy release point to pick up for anybody, righties or lefties. He was taken all the way in a 2-0 count. I do believe this was called correctly. But Puig not even trying to time that pitch, which I think was unusual.
3-0. Now 3-1.
Even if you're going to time a pitch or take a pitch, try and time it to your back foot. I mean, just try and time whatever pitch you're seeing. Learned that watching Pete Rose. Did that better than anybody.
3-2.
He never gave up a pitch. He always got something out of a pitch, even when he went in that batter's box knowing full well that he was going to take a pitch. Watch it all the way to the glove here. Not in the take mode.
Enormously powerful Yasiel Puig. 3-2 the count. 1 out, nobody on. And now he walks it.
And that was an easy take.
Second walk allowed by Bumgarner, and the cleanup hitter Howie Kendrick will come up.
You talk about the power of Yasiel Puig. I don't think there's an NFL combine on the planet that would not welcome his entrance to try out. Starts him off with a breaking ball inside. Then he tries to go back in at the belt with a fastball. Falls behind 2-0. He goes away. Now on a 3-0 count. A little cutter to get in the first strike. Take it all the way. And here a little slider on it. And then on a 3-2 goes down and really not much of a chance to get him to swing at it.
Kendrick has struck out and lined out to right. But Kendrick is 0 for 2.
Gotta watch Puig. He will take off. Hadn't had a stolen base yet this year, but remember, there's a little something extra with Bumgarner on the mound. He may try and steal here.
And the curveball for a strike. Now, also keep in mind, though, Puig just returned to the lineup after missing a couple of games with a hamstring issue.
And it is a cold night.
1 ball, 1 strike. Belt on the bag with it. Bumgarner checks him. That is caught by Aoki. And it was sinking quickly. Puig back to first.
Oh, Kendrick smothers this thing. Top spin liner. And you get to that height, this is kind of a medium blind drive, but it can get lost in a number of things. And you really don't have time to make a bad step at it. You got to get after it and make your decision. Nice play. And Bumgarner agrees.
So Kendrick, he's hit the ball hard to the outfield twice and come up empty both times. Now the powerful Van Slyke. Curve, strike, and it's 0-1. Van Slyke grounded out very hard to the shortstop, Crawford, in the second inning, and he popped out to first in the fourth. 2-0 Giants, 6th inning, 2 down. Bumgarner will start over again. Adjusting his pant leg around his shoe. Strike 2.
Yeah, 2 pitches, 2 off-speed pitches. He slided down low and had a big man reaching. That's like 6'4".
Kendrick looks on for the Dodger dugout. Looks like he saw us peeking at him.
He was smiling at you.
Aoki, who took one away from him a moment ago. 0-2 the count. This one he took. Blocked in the dirt by Buster, keeping Puig at first base.
Down the dirt by design. 0-2, way ahead of him. He's seen 2 off-speed pitches in a row. Now he comes back with the third one. You do not want to hang that one. That's the one that has to be in the dirt. Now every pitch he's thrown has been down. He's definitely set up for a pitch above the hands that's hard as a fastball.
One ball, 2 strikes. Puig back to the bag. The rest of the Giants infield, other than Brandon Belt, who's on the bag with Puig, the rest of the infield playing Van Slyke to pull. The outfield is very deep all the way around. And we'll see how they're playing. Heisey, another right-handed hitter, on deck. And the curve was in the dirt. 2-2.
4 times they've gone with breaking balls. 4 times they've gone down.
Van Slyke is Bruce Bochy. Sent the signal to Posey. 2-2 the count. Off the outside.
Tried to backdoor him with a sweeping slider. So 5 pitches, 5 breaking balls. And now the runner starts.
Belt stays in the bag at first with Puig. There goes Puig. Base hit to left field. Puig will stop at second. And the Dodgers continue on, and Bumgarner closing in at 100 pitches for the game. This has turned into a high pitch inning for him.
And with the mention of the high pitch count, George Conto is starting to head down the Giants bullpen rather.
Chris Heisey will come up. He has walked and struck out. Heisey playing tonight. They just brought him up in the minor leagues for this game, giving Jock Peterson a night off.
Yeah, he had 4 home runs down there at Oklahoma City in 10 games.
Heisey has walked and struck out in this game, and he did hit a foul ball home run very impressively, very much foul earlier. Strike one. And the Dodgers forcing Bumgarner to throw his 21st pitch of the inning. Second inning of the game, he's thrown at least 20. Down in the hands and back to the screen. 0-2.
Really got that cut fastball in there beautifully. Remember, Heisey, very quick middle in. It's the strong side of the plate, and this thing just burns right up the bat. Breaks down both elbows, and he is on top of him in an 0-2 count in a hurry. This is when the crowd can help you. You want to elevate the fastball.
Check swing. 1-2.
Perfect pitch.
Bumgarner's got the lead, but it's not a big lead. The Dodgers have the possible tying runs on base. Puig, a fast runner at second, and Van Slyke, the runner at first. 2 down. Right to Arias over the second. Duffy covering for the force out on Van Slyke. And that's 6 shutout innings in the books for Bumgarner. Aoki with a big assist, the diving catch to take one away from Kendrick. Aoki will be coming up. 2-0 Giants. The games played in National League parks today on the out-of-town scoreboard. The Cardinals beat the Nationals 7-5, scoring in the 8th and 9th innings to break a tie. The Marlins over the Phillies, only the 4th win of the year for Miami. The Pirates beat the Cubs 4-3, and the Mets won their 10th in a row. They came from behind and won 3-2 So the Mets continue to have the best record in Major League Baseball. The Reds beat the Brewers. The hapless Brewers are 2-13. The Rockies came from behind at home to beat the Padres. The D-backs are leading Texas in interleague play, the last of the 8 in the desert. Here, 2-0 Giants, last of the 6th. As Aoki, who has been robbed of a hit by Kershaw himself, and then knocked in a run with a ground ball to short back in the 3rd. That was the first run of the game.
Ever since the Giants scored 2 runs on Kershaw in the 3rd inning, he has kicked into another gear. He's struck out 6 of the last 7 guys.
Kershaw struck out Pagan to end that 2-run 3rd inning. And then the only guy he has not struck out the last 2 innings, Justin Maxwell, who had a fly ball to right center. Kershaw's only allowed 2 hits. 1-2.
Trying to go inside with that fastball. And that's called moving a guy's feet. Look out.
Curveball. Kershaw hustles over to cover first and safe.
Now this one may get looked at. It was going to be a foot race between Aoki and Kershaw.
Tim Waddick, the bench coach, on the phone to the video room already.
Once the ground ball took Justin Turner, the first baseman, well to his right, it was going to be a race as to who got there first. And Aoki got it. I think that's a good call. Manny Gonzalez, the first base umpire, making that call. And he just gets there slightly ahead.
Kershaw almost missed the bag entirely.
He may have. Watch the right foot. I don't know. If he got it with his heel. But that's not a guarantee.
But that cost him because the foot went over the bag as Aoki was touching the bag. So, as you say, excellent call by Manny Gonzalez. We've seen some excellent calls at first base on very close plays here in this series. Last night, Clint Fagan was over there, and there were a couple of plays that were almost microscopic, and he got them both right. Manny Gonzalez with the call on that one. So Aoki with his first hit. Matt Duffy has grounded out, and he singled home a run, the second Giants run in that 3rd inning rally. Out of play, 1 ball, 1 strike. Duffy had 2 hits the first time he saw Kershaw last year, and has now had 3 hits and 4 at bats against Kershaw.
Well, Kershaw keeps pounding his hands. I mean, he getting in his kitchen. Remember his last at bat, he broke the bat going in the inside corner in the hands, but Duffy beats him with an RBI single, but he is not going anywhere else.
Aoki, the runner at first. And the big curveball in the dirt. 2-1 the count. All right. 2 balls, 1 strike, sort of a traditional kind of a running count. You got a fast runner at first, a guy who handles the bat well at the plate. You also have a pitcher who misses the bat a lot.
It's not easy to steal off of either. For a guy 6'4", I mean, he's pretty quick to the plate.
Big hole open on the right side of the infield with Turner on the bag with Aoki, and Kendrick shaded toward the middle at second base.
Check the runner.
Oh, he's got it picked off. Aoki goes right around him and is safe.
That was awesome. Aoki is hung out to dry, and all of a sudden, whoop! Smooth maneuver, George Vancouver. Well, there aren't many guys that can do that, John. That's impressive.
Well, Mattingly is out to argue, to pick up Turner's argument that he went out of the baseline to avoid the tag.
it's not anything that he can review. It looks to me like Mattingly's doing more listening than talking right now. But it's like the greatest deke I ever saw. And Turner, I mean, Turner's quick. So they're going to huddle up, and that's all Mattingly wanted to do. In every crew, there's one guy that really can quote chapter and verse of the rule book.
Fielded Culbreth, the veteran umpire, on the left. And safe. And truly in the rule book, when you talk baseline, there's a lot of gray area about baseline because a runner establishes his own baseline. The baseline is not just a straight line from one base to the next.
That's like getting another out this inning.
Two and one. There goes Aoki off the foot with that foul ball. Aoki will have to go back to first base. He can just go straight back this time.
I don't think he had a great jump though. He made sure that Kershaw was going home. And Kershaw, I mean, his unload time was 1.22 seconds. 1.25 is average, so he was better than average in his unload time to home plate.
So Kershaw, not only with great stuff, but there are a lot of little things that he does extremely well.
He's the whole package.
2-2 the count to Duffy. Pagan on deck, nobody out. And he fouls this one. That was pitch number 87, thrown by Kershaw in this game. Giants bullpen is quiet, although Bumgarner is at 101 pitches in his 6 innings.
I'm not coming out. I mean, that game face is locked in. I wouldn't want that guy hunting me.
So now, with the curve missing in the dirt, it's a full count. 3-2 to Duffy. Duffy steps away and has a look at Roberto Kelly. Kershaw rubs up the new baseball. There's Pagan awaiting his turn in the on-deck circle. So we'll keep an eye on Aoki here. Turner on the bag with him. There he goes. And fouled. Well, Duffy keeps building Kershaw's pitch count ever higher.
Well, in the pitch count and the fact that Kershaw is due to hit third in the top of the 7th inning, this is probably going to be his last inning.
Dodgers have Uribe, A.J. Ellis, and then Kershaw due up in the 7th. Aoki was running on that previous pitch. There he goes. Strike 3. High throw. And out. So a strikeout into a double play. So ultimately the Dodgers do get Aoki off the bases. And the pickoff that turned out not to be a pickoff really was a big part of the reason. He had another terrible jump on that one.
Well, after getting picked off, I don't know how confident he was in getting a good jump.
High and foul by Pagan, who was 0 for 2.
And that's why you're betting on contact to move that runner. Duffy's got a good reputation for contact, but against a guy like Kershaw, who is just in the strikeout mode right now, it's not an easy assignment sometimes just to make contact.
Strike 2 call with a changeup. Well, Kershaw has 8 strikeouts in the game. And of the last 9 hitters he's faced, he struck out 7 of them. So you had pointed out that Suddenly, here in the middle innings, he's been striking out everybody. Strike 3 call, and Pagan did not think so.
Stay in the game.
We're heading to the 7th inning. The Dodgers have the last third of their order. Uribe, Ellis, Kershaw due up against Bumgarner.
As a pitching matchup duel, and it has indeed been that through 6 innings. Just 7 hits allowed, 4 by Bumgarner, 3 by Kershaw. 2 runs, Kershaw, and that really is the only blemish on his report card. 1 walk, 9 strikeouts through 93 pitches. Bumgarner was 6 strikeouts against 2 walks as he starts the top of the 7th inning here.
Uribe has one of the 4 hits against him, a single in the 5th inning. 0-1. Dodger bullpen is busy now, and the Giants bullpen will go back to work as well. Bumgarner just threw his 102nd pitch. There is Yimi Garcia getting ready in the LA bullpen. Right to Duffy. Hit very hard, but right at him. 1 away. Giants baseball is brought to you in part by Toyota. Toyota's biggest brake sales event is on now, with savings bigger than Sutro Tower. See the huge deals at buyatoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places. Here's George Katos getting ready in the Giants bullpen, just in case. Here is A.J. Ellis. Called the strike. Alex Guerrero has come out on deck for the Dodgers with Kershaw due up next. Here he is, number 7. 2-0 Giants, 7th inning. Ooh, short curveball, 0-2.
Stuff looks as good now as it did in the 1st inning.
Two strikes to count. That is in there for a base hit, a 2-strike hit for A.J. Ellis.
Well, here's a scary fact. Pipes dating back to the Civil War are still delivering water in the Bay Area. Tomorrow night at 11 p.m., NBC Bay Area's investigative unit uncovers the growing number of broken, busted pipes at a time when we're all being asked to conserve water. A story tomorrow night at 11 on NBC Bay Area News.
So now Alex Guerrero is the pinch hitter. Kershaw is out of the game. Alex Guerrero, the Cuban emigre, and he had a great spring And that has carried over so far into the regular season, the little bit that he's played. That's out of play. Guerrero has only had 15 at bats as Romo runs down to the bullpen now. Guerrero 6 for 15. And of those 6 hits, 2 doubles and 2 homers and 9 runs batted in.
Well, he's been the secret weapon. But what we have found out about Guerrero, he is very quick middle in.
He had an RBI double as a pinch hitter last night. He knocked in the only run against Lincecum. Curveball is low. So Romo and Cantos both throwing in the Giants bullpen now. 2-0 Giants. The leadoff man Jimmy Rollins on deck as Bumgarner faces the pinch hitter Guerrero. That ball is hit deep. This game is going to be tied up way back and halfway into the bleachers. On the 109th pitch of the night from Bumgarner, Alex Guerrero, who is rather quietly red hot, even though he almost never plays. That's his 3rd homer. That gives him 11 RBIs. He's only had 16 at bats.
Talk about how quick he is middle in. And that thing lingers right up above the belt. Got a little too much of the strike zone, and that's just unload. And that's an impressive swing of the bat, and that's going to be it for Bumgarner. Pitch count got him.
So Bumgarner departs. He was pitching a shutout for 108 pitches, and then number 109, 2 runs. Dejectedly, he heads off as the Giants bring in Cantos.
Celebrating 13 years, you can watch every out-of-market game live or on demand in True HD on your over 400 mobile and connected devices. Visit MLB.tv for details.
Bumgarner watching for the dugout now as Cantos comes in to face Jimmy Rollins. Rollins will switch around at bat left-handed. And that's a called strike on the outside.
George Cantos, take a look at the numbers that he has amassed through 7 games of work. Off to a great start. 7 hits allowed, 8 base runners total in 10 2/3. 7 strikeouts against a walk. And George will give you 2 types of fastballs. He'll cut the ball, he'll throw a hard slider, and he'll give you a changeup.
Off the left field line, back out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
So Bumgarner out of the game, and he gets a no decision. Kershaw still eligible for a decision should the Dodgers throw more runs on the board here.
Kershaw went 6, allowing 2 runs, 3 hits with 9 strikeouts. One and 2.
And these are the final numbers for Kershaw and Bumgarner. Just as advertised. Both guys pitched beautifully. With a very difficult strike zone for a pitcher tonight, they pitched beautifully.
Strike 3 called.
That's a hat trick for Jimmy Rollins. 3 strikeouts tonight, 4 at-bats.
So here comes Justin Turner, who is 1 for 3.
And he's going to try and let out some shaft here.
Turner hit a long one his last time up, but he hit it to the wrong part of the yard. He hit one about 408 feet, but it was toward the 421 side, and Maxwell went back and caught it.
Tough fastball, taking out strike 1. I mean, that's a pitch that George Cantos has now that a lot of the league doesn't know he has. And you don't see the spin on his slider very well, and you don't see it hardly at all on the cutter. Posey.
Foul right off the mask of Buster Posey.
I think he may have caught some shoulder too. That's the right shoulder.
Not off the mask at all, only on the shoulder.
Yeah, it's just like somebody just hit you in the shoulder joint with a ball peen hammer. That little pad right there, I mean, that thing is useless. And you know he's going to lead off next inning. It kind of always works that way. You take a ding as a catcher, you lead off.
Oh, and 2 the count to Turner. Just off the outside.
Good pitch. I mean, that's a good 0-2 pitch. You make everybody think up there. The umpire, the hitter. And it sets up a lot. Go inside. You can go inside with 2-seam movement. You can throw a breaking ball in the dirt. A lot of options here.
Toward the middle, Crawford. Bad hot. Not in time.
Well, you mentioned it earlier, John, when you start thinking that the ball's going to come up on you. And it's happened twice now to Crawford tonight. Nothing is coming off this infield easy. And this ball comes up on him. So Canto's going to try and pitch through an error here, and that really is an unfair error to an infielder when you get a hop like that. And they might give him a hit. Did they rule? Error. It's a rough error.
So the inning stays alive for Yasiel Puig. He's 1 for 2 with a walk. Deep, but there is Maxwell squaring up, and the inning is over. The Dodgers have tied the game. Posey, Maxwell, Belt coming up, Yimi Garcia coming in. It's tied at 2.
Remember earlier this month when Hall of Fame broadcaster Lon Simmons passed away. He will be missed and remembered by so many, including his colleague, fellow Hall of Famer Dodgers broadcaster Vin Scully. I talked with Vin today. He said that Lon was a dear pal. The two of them golfed every chance that they could get, and he had tremendous admiration and respect for him. He described their friendship, guys, as constantly happy. Good story. Gentlemen?
Thanks, Amy, and I'll always remember the game last September where Lon and Jimmy Davenport came with him, and they came to the ballpark, and Vinny heard that Lon was here, and he excused himself, and he went down into Lon's booth before the game and didn't come out till about 40 minutes later.
Yeah, the three of them were telling stories. It was an amazing gathering.
Buster Posey against Yimi Garcia, and that hard slider is off the outside. Now Buster actually saw Yimi Garcia last September and had a line drive base hit against him. That's the only time he's seen him in a regular season game. Under it, it will stay in the yard. Van Slyke in left center. One away.
He just missed that one. Take a look at the numbers of Yimi Garcia. 7th game that he's been into, 12 strikeouts in 7 innings. He gets 1 walk. And if you look at his numbers in the minor leagues, he had a 4-to-1 strikeout walk ratio. So he's a strike thrower. They give you low to mid 90s with the velocity of the fastball, outstanding slider, and a circle changeup.
Justin Maxwell is lined out to right and flied out to right center. Romo will start throwing again in the Giants bullpen. Brandon Belt on deck. 2-2, last of the 7th. Rollins. A little bad luck there for Justin Maxwell. He's 0 for 3. Giants baseball is brought to you in part by your Barracuda Networks. Cloud-connected security and storage solutions designed to simplify IT. Reclaim your network with Barracuda. I'm John Miller with Mike Krukow. Giants baseball from AT&T Park. The Giants and the Dodgers. The California Spirit is motored into the Cove. Ball 1 to Belt, who struck out in both of his plate appearances against Kershaw. The Dodgers, with the right-hander pitching now, have the overshift on the infield. Uribe stays in the vicinity of third base, though. (2-0). Joe Panic, with Arias due next, has come out on deck, a left-handed hitter. Brandon Belt, 5 hits and 35 at bats so far this year. And the fastball right by him.
Yeah, there's a 2-0 challenge. You stand on the outside part of the plate. 3 pitches, all 3 93-mile-an-hour two-seam fastballs that have a little movement running away from the left-handed hitting Belt.
Off the outside, ball 3.
Just missed, but have not been big corners on that strike zone tonight.
Three and 1 to Belt. And it's a walk. 2-out walk to Belt. And Joe Panic will be brought in, and the Dodgers will get their bullpen going again. There is Paco Rodriguez heading down, a left-hander. Another lefty, Brandon Crawford, would follow Joe Panic as Ellis out to visit with Yimi Garcia. Joe Panic was in a bad way just a few days ago with the bat. But the Dodgers are stalling for time now. You think they're trying to get? Well, I guess they're not going to get Paco Rodriguez in now. Mattingly's not going out there, but they sent the catcher all the way out. So apparently he was just stalling for time, and now he got back to the plate, and then Honeycutt went out. Joe Paddock has been swinging the bat really well here in the last few days. Been hitting a lot of line drives. Paddock in his last 5 games, 10 hits in 23 at bats. So hitting well over 400 in that time. Honeycutt back to the dugout. And Yimi Garcia now to face Joe Paddock. Belt at first. Justin Turner on the bag with him. Down and away. 1 ball, no strikes. Giants got 2 runs in the 3rd inning. Knocked in by Aoki with a ground out and Duffy with a single. The Dodgers got 2 here in the 7th on a pinch hit 2-run homer by Alex Guerrero. Belt is back to the bag. Joe Paddock in the pinch hit role here. Got to make something happen. And a foul out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Dodgers are playing doubles defense with Heisey in center field. They really have been a deep set. And if you're thinking about the arms that the Dodgers have in the outfield, they're all above average. Van Slyke in left, Heisey in center, and Puig in right all have cannons.
Sort of a Napoleon stance there by Puig, trying to keep his hand warm, I guess. 1-1 the count, and 2-1. Yimi Garcia, only 24 years old, from the Dominican Republic, and he's made his way through the Dodgers system. Paco Rodriguez has now been joined in the bullpen by Chris Hatcher, a right-hander that they picked up from the Marlins in the offseason. 2-1. Off the outside, those tight corners. 3-1.
And that'll frustrate a rookie. That'll frustrate any pitcher, but especially a rookie, especially a guy who's been hot and has been used to getting that outside corner. We mentioned the 12 strikeouts that he has in 7 innings, so you know that he's striking people out. And all of a sudden you don't get a pitch you're used to getting, and that can frustrate you, and that's when you make mistakes.
3-1 the count. 2 down. And he walked him. He's walked 2 in a row. So now the left-handed hitting Crawford coming up. The Dodgers do have the left-hander Rodriguez warmed up in the bullpen.
We're going to wait for Crawford to get announced, but Dodgers are saying everybody's loose and ready down in the bullpen. And Honeycutt, the pitching coach for the Dodgers, knows that Garcia is frustrated, and they're not going to let him pitch anymore.
It was Chuck Krim who made that signal from the bullpen. He's the bullpen coach, a former Major League relief pitcher. So Mattingly going out now. Paco Rodriguez will be coming on to face Brandon Crawford. 2 on, 2 out in the 7th. The game tied at 2. most live sports. Kyle Crick, 2 starts this year in Double-A for the Richmond Flying Squirrels. 8 2/3 innings, 4 runs, 6 hits, only 2 runs earned, and 11 strikeouts in those 8 2/3. The control still an issue with 6 walks. He's the 49th overall draft choice in the 2011 draft. He's only 22 years old. Big, 6 feet 4 inches tall, and strong. 2-2 the score. The Giants with 2 on and 2 out. And there is Paco Rodriguez, the left-handed specialist, to face the left-handed hitting Crawford.
Yeah, he's off to a great start. 4 strikeouts in 4 innings. He's very funky. I mean, he's got a straight take-back slingshot type delivery. And that in itself is deceptive. It's not going to blow you away with a lot of velocity, but it'll give you 2 or 3 different types of movement. A couple curveball, slider, and a changeup.
Ooh, call the ball.
Not tonight.
Brandon Crawford, who walked back in the 3rd inning and scored the Giants' 2nd run. He struck out in the 5th. A ball and a strike now. Bell got a 2-out walk. He's at second base. And then Joe Panik, a pinch hitter, also drew a walk right after. He's at first. One and two.
Good breaking ball. He had him way out front. So 3 pitches, 3 breaking balls. Curve and a couple of sliders. But we've seen Crawford consistently make nice adjustments against lefties and go the opposite way to left field, especially with breaking balls that are on the outer half of the plate.
He's been a reliable RBI man these last couple of years. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And he just got a piece of that one.
He got a piece of the ball got a piece of A.J. Ellis, the catcher.
Andrew Susac is out on deck for the Giants with the pitcher Cantos due up next. Brandon Crawford tried to come through in the clutch here. He is, for the season, including tonight, hitting .500 against the few lefties that he's seen. Back to the screen.
He was not fooled there. A little bit of a hang there. That ball caught a lot of strike zone.
Brandon Crawford will try it again. Crawford's had 3 homers, 8 RBIs so far this year. 2 on, 2 out. Just got a piece of that one.
And he had to extend beyond the strike zone there. I mean, that's an outstanding 1-2 pitch from Rodriguez's perspective. That was not a hanger. And I don't know how Brandon Crawford got even a piece of that. And that's how you stay alive. Protect. Hard slider off the plate, and he just barely nicked the seam.
Belt at second, Panik at first. 2-2 the score. In the dirt, and the runners will hold. Two balls, 2 strikes. Dodger outfield is pushed over toward the left field line. And they've moved in a little bit in the outfield. Van Slyke in left, Heisey in center, and Puig in right. And we'll see how they're playing it. Belt, the possible go-ahead run at second. Panik over at first. 2-2 the count. And he fouls off another. That was the 8th pitch of this battle.
Yeah, it's a great at bat. I mean, Rodriguez is throwing him everything he's got. And Crawford fighting to get something to beat him with. Fouling off some fuzz. Really good hard breaking balls. And this may be a talk where A.J. Ellis is coming out there saying this, look, it's 2 outs, you've got that third base open. You don't have to throw a strike here. 1 out, different story, but with 2 outs, that bag is open, and you can nibble all you want if you're Paco Rodriguez. You do not have to challenge that strike zone.
2-2 the count. Strike 3 called. Well, it took him a while, but he got it done. 2 men left for the Giants. On to the 8th inning. Howie Kendrick coming up.
Game live before the final game of this series. We'll be back with you on NBC Bay Area and the Giants Television Network next Wednesday night at 7 for the Giants and the Dodgers from Chavez Ravine in L.A.
8th inning. 2-2 the score. 2 runs, 6 hits for L.A. 2 runs, 3 hits and 1 error for the Giants. And Sergio Romo in for the bullpen with the cleanup hitter Howie Kendrick at the plate. 1-1.
And a rare corner strike for Romo. Let's see what he's done in 7 games. 8 strikeouts in 5 1/3. Just 6 base runners in 5 1/3. That's good. You average 1 base runner an inning. That's dealing.
Well, he did not get the low strike on that one. Matt Duffy now at third base for the Giants, moving over from second with Joe Panik staying in the game to play second base after pinch hitting for Arias. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. On the hands with a fastball, and that is out of play. Brandon Belt gave chase. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Yeah, he got that fastball on the hands nicely. Yeah, I think that could be a really good pitch for Romo. When you take your bats against Romo hitting from the right side, you're going to be looking slider away. You're not going to be thinking about fastball in the hands. With his command, I think that's a pitch that could be very good for him.
Struck him out. Back to the slider. And Kendrick is 0 for 4.
That's a really good view. And you can see the break on the breaking ball. It doesn't show the hitter the normal little red eye that you get on a slider. That's why he gets such great deception with it. And with this command and the hard snap of that pitch, it's a tough assignment, especially when you're a guy like Kendrick that doesn't have a lot of history against him.
Van Slyke. It's 0-1.
Don't want to make mistakes middle into this guy.
0-2.
2 pitches, 2 sliders, 2 strikes.
It's almost like Van Slyke swung at that one because he thought, man, I should have swung at that first one.
That may have been why he went after it. But he's looking for sliders.
Struck him out. Looking for one, got one.
Just keep stretching it out. You're way ahead in the count. 0-2. And Van Slyke in a protect mode cannot reach this one. He didn't need the kitchen broom to get to this one.
Now Jock Peterson up as the pinch hitter for Chris Heisey. Peterson out of Palo Alto. A rookie. And he is a dangerous hitter. He has lots of power. Hitting 300. 2 homers, 4 doubles already. Changeup misses. And he took it. You see his numbers for the year up till now. A little bit low with a changeup. 2-0. Juan Uribe on deck. Dodgers have Chris Hatcher, a right-hander, warming up in their bullpen. The Giants have Javier Lopez, the left-hander, up in their bullpen, ready if needed. They're sticking with Romo here. And the little backdoor slider for a called strike.
First time that Peterson has seen any movement coming in towards him. The previous 2 changeups are moving away from him. There Blanco. Watching from the dugout.
2-1 the count. And we'll start over again. Giants outfield very deep. The center fielder Pagan is way back out there in center. There you see him. The fastball, a mighty cut, and he didn't get it.
But with 2-seam movement, and he planted it well right on the outside corner. That's movement that's running away from Peterson, the left-hander. Boy, he was not thinking about a single there.
Two balls, 2 strikes. 2 down, nobody on in the 8th inning of a 2-2 tie. Nope. You saw Romo, disappointed, slammed his fist into his glove.
No, it's almost like he got a free pitch there for a second. Peterson tried to call timeout, and Fagan, the umpire, did not give it to him. And I think that may have distracted Romo.
Full count. A Beat LA chant goes up from the sellout crowd. Deep. Maxwell. And had it all the way. Right beneath the Willie Mays wall. 3 up, 3 down. Romo gets it done. Last of the 8th coming up. Tied at 2. Central every night at 10:30 p.m. Comcast Sportsnet, authentic Bay Area sports. 42,259 the paid crowd at AT&T Park, and it's cold out. Giants 2, the Dodgers 2, last of the 8th inning. Andrew Susac is going to come up. Jock Peterson stays in to play center field after pinch hitting. Well, Mattingly finally comes out of the dugout. And it was my understanding that part of the pace of play initiative in baseball was as soon as the pinch hitter was announced between innings, which was right away, Susac came out, the umpire wrote him down, let the opposing manager go out and change your pitcher right then. Now don't wait. Mattingly almost let Paco Rodriguez throw a pitch before he finally came out.
Well, it's not like he was trying to stall for more time to get Hatcher loose. Hatcher was ready to go.
So finally he made that move. So he didn't get the pace of play memo apparently. Dodgers have their new pitcher in there now, Chris Hatcher, who used to be with the Marlins. Hatcher, his first 6 games, and he has had sort of a difficult beginning as a Dodger.
7 strikeouts and 3 2/3 though. His stuff's good. You're going to see a load of mid-90 fastballs. They're going to run up there pretty good. He'll cut the ball. He's got a hard slider and a split. Plenty of things to strike you out with, but he will get a wild hair up his nose.
Andrew Susac, 3 hits, 7 at bats so far this year in the big leagues. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Susac has good power.
Hit 3 home runs in the few at bats that he had last year. I think he had 88 total at bats in the big leagues last year. And is that the splitter?
That's the splitter.
1-2. Kershaw and Bumgarner were the starters. Bumgarner went 6 1/3, allowed 2 runs, 6 hits. Kershaw went 6, 2 runs, 3 hits allowed. Fastball up around the outside at 96. 2-2. You saw Aoki on deck, Duffy in the hole. The Giants trying to get something going here in the 8th inning. They have only 3 hits in this one. Andrew Susac, 2-2. Struck him out.
Well, again, testimony that his stuff is good enough to strike you out with. It's just a matter of him having command of it. And you can't throw a more perfect two-strike pitch than what he just threw. That was nasty.
Here is Aoki. He is 1 for 3 in the game. And he's had an RBI. Ball 1.
I like the way that he takes his at-bats. You know, he has a good idea of the strike zone. He really defends the strike zone well, and he uses the whole field. I mean, you pitch him one way, he'll go right with it.
Didn't get the call there that he wanted. And Hatcher, what was it? Too high? What?
It was a strike. It just wasn't called a strike. We've seen it all night long. It's remarkable that the score is 2-2, considering how stingy the strike zone has been tonight.
2-0. That is a strike at 96 miles an hour. Duffy on deck. Pagan would be after him. Posey after Pagan. Going back in right field is Puig. Now he's there. Puig had to get back in a hurry. Right back at the 365 marker out toward right center.
No, he wasn't showing him a lot of respect. And there you see, but he's got such great speed. I mean, he didn't have to get a great jump to recover. He can recover with his speed and still have plenty of room. And in this ballpark, I mean, balls that go to right field have a tendency to just get knocked down by the wind.
2 down. Matt Duffy. He has had 1 hit, 3 at bats. He knocked in the Giants' second run. And it's 0-1. Got the high strike that time.
He was not looking for a slider there in the first pitch. He was looking for something hard.
Ball and a strike. 2 down, nobody on. Hatcher, the right-hander. He's in his 7th game for the Dodgers. He's allowed 7 runs, 6 hits in 3 2/3 innings before tonight. Now it's 2-1. Duffy, 278 average for the year. Trying to get the Giants going here with 2 down. Uribe hugging the line at third. And that foul goes back into the second deck. 2-2. Alex Guerrero tied the game in the 7th inning with a pinch hit 2-run homer against Bumgarner. That was the final pitch thrown by Bumgarner.
Made the play, didn't spill a drop. Now that's an athlete.
Three and 2. There's Pagan hoping to bat here in the 8th. But right there is Andre Ethier, whom we neglected to mention came into the game. With Hatcher, the inning is over. Park. The game that began as a meeting of the aces, two of the best in the game, Madison Bumgarner and Clayton Kershaw. But both of them are finished. They both pitch well.
Well, time to break out your rally hat.
He's got his.
Yes, he does. Santiago Casilla, the new pitcher now for San Francisco. 7 games he's been in, 3.00 ERA. 5 saves and 5 save opportunities. He's been perfect.
Casilla, one away. Well done by Santiago Casilla, as Uribe had visions of that one going over his head. Maybe something good happening, but Casilla intercepted it.
Well, it gets by him. I think it's got a pretty good chance of getting into center field. And when he gets it, it's always a little bit of an adventure when he throws that ball to first base. And this is a little goose job. Perfect. One pitch, one out. Nothing better.
A.J. Ellis now, and Andre Ethier out on deck. Ethier entered the game as part of a double switch. And Hatcher came in to pitch and then put Ethier in the 9th spot on the order. The pitcher in the 5th position in the order where Van Slyke had been.
It looked like Ellis is too enthusiastic about that first pitch called for a strike.
Right there, outside corner, strike 2.
There's the reaction we're talking about. That is not the look of enthusiasm. And he knows that the corners just haven't been very big tonight in that strike zone. And he kind of got bit on one. Good corner strike, and now he's in a 0-2 hole.
And right there, strike 3 called, and he knew it.
That's a rough hat. 3 pitches, 3 two-seam fastballs, 3 on the outside corner. See ya. Grab some pine meat.
2 down, and Andre Ethier against Casilla. 250 for the season for the veteran.
And he'll gamble too. He'll try and put a run on the board with this at bat.
Curveball, strike, and it's 0-1. Ethier 3 for 5, plus a walk in his career against Casilla. So you hadn't seen him much, but he's had a lot of success. Too much, I guess, as far as Casilla is concerned. They've seen each other.
That's nastiness right there. That's 94-mile-an-hour sink. That's the best stuff he's had all year. Two-seam fastball, just hard, snapping movement at high velocity. 94 in the sink. That's big-time velocity for a two-seam fastball.
Peralta heating up in the LA bullpen. Off the outside. Two to two down, nobody on. Here in the Dodger half of the 9th inning. The Giants have Pagan, Posey, Maxwell as we look ahead. Due up in their half of this 9th inning. 2 down, bases empty. Now Ethier asks for and is granted timeout.
Curveball in the dirt ahead in the count. Pretty easy take there for Ethier. He's got a good eye. He thinks well on the plate too. I mean, he's not a guy that's stubborn. I mean, he'll take what you give him. If you pitch him one side of the plate, I mean, he'll go that way. And he does have left field power.
Jimmy Rollins is on deck. The leadoff man. Casilla will try it again. Posey drops aside. Up the middle, base hit into center field.
Well, just like you're trained to do. 2 strikes, take a little off, go back up the middle.
So the inning stays alive for Jimmy Rollins. Rollins with Ethier over at first base. 0 for 4 tonight is Jimmy Rollins. 3 strikeouts. And a ground out to second. So nice to see it. Back to work, and we'll have to be mindful of Andre Ethier over at first. Belt on the bag with Ethier. Here's Rollins. Ball 1. Rollins 2 hits, 7 career at bats in regular season play against Casilla. And you see his night. It's not been a good night for him. But Casilla now behind him 2-0.
Yeah, this becomes a big pitch. Do not want to walk anybody into scoring position. And a walk to Rollins here would put Ethier at second base, so he's got to get in the strike zone.
Not close.
Easy take.
Justin Turner is on deck. And Adrian Gonzalez has a bat, wearing a helmet in the dugout. He's had the night off up till now. That's a 4-pitch walk.
Well, that's a 4-pitch mistake. He has not got the same rhythm out of the stretch that he does out of the windup.
So Adrian Gonzalez is going to pinch hit for Justin Turner. Gonzalez, who's been so hot and so potent early on. Gonzalez hitting .462 with runners in scoring position, .442 overall. So he's just been hot, whatever the situation. 5 homers, 8 doubles, and 14 batted in. Second in the league in homers, second in the league in RBIs at the start of the day, leading the league in batting average. He has 1 hit in 6 career at-bats versus Casilla. But Casilla has gotten into a lot of trouble now. Ethier now at second. The possible go-ahead run. Rollins over at first. Hit softly. Crawford. Inning over. Casilla got him on the 1 pitch.
He was up there looking for that fastball away, and he couldn't do anything with it.
Pagan, Posey, Maxwell coming up. 2-2 tie here at AT&T Park. Adrian Gonzalez stays in to play first base for the Dodgers after pinch hitting for Turner. Chris Hatcher's still in there. They had Joel Peralta warming up. He's been the Dodgers closer lately. But they did not take the lead, so they're staying with Hatcher. Pagan is 0 for 3. And a high pop-up. Rollins, 1 away. And now Buster Posey. Buster 0 for 3 in the game. Up the middle, right past Hatcher, and it almost took Hatcher with it.
Well, Giants being very aggressive on that first pitch from Hatcher. We saw Pagan pop the first pitch up. Posey looking for a good pitch to hit. There's the challenge right at the belt. He goes right back up the middle and almost knocks the hat off Hatcher. Put the Dodger outfield into doubles defense here. As Justin Maxwell steps in. Remember, good arms in center and right. Average arm in left with Ethier.
Left-handed J.P. Howell warming up in the L.A. bullpen. Posey at first. Maxwell. Look out, that hit him. It also ricocheted off Maxwell and got the Dodger catcher A.J. Ellis. Stan Cotty, the Dodger trainer, comes out. Ellis does not look good.
It caught the left elbow of Maxwell, and then it carried him off and got the throwing hand of Ellis. And watch, two-seam fastball. There's the elbow, and right into the mask, and then the hand.
Ooh.
When you're sitting there, you're so relaxed. It just hits the back of your hand, and he is lit up right now. Just a glancing blow off the elbow, and then a triple thud. So Stan Conti pressing on the small bones. And the trainer does that. He's pressing on your wrist and he's looking you in the eye. It looks like he's all right.
Stan Conti is not merely the head trainer for the Dodgers. Stan is the vice president of medical services for the Dodgers.
Well, he just threw it over the head of Adrian Gonzalez. And there's another one. So either he's deacon everybody or he's really not feeling it at all. I mean, it's not like you have a base stealer at second base with Buster Posey. If you had Blanco or... And they're not going to let him go. Stan Conti's trying to pull him out of this game. Ellis does not want to leave.
Brandon Belt, the hitter, coming up with Maxwell being hit by the pitch and Ellis leaving the game. And we hope he's okay. We hope that nothing serious happened, but those two throws, that didn't look good.
And they're trying to figure it out in the Dodger dugout right now. I mean, they're going to take the pitcher out. They're going to bring in the left-hander Howell to face Belt.
The Dodgers, for some reason, this kind of stuff seems to take the Dodgers forever. They have to have multiple personnel involved in a meeting before they can make a pitching change.
There you see Yasmani Grandal. He will be the new catcher.
Looks like Gregor Blanco went over to second base to act as a pinch runner for Buster Posey. And Blanco and also Justin Maxwell over to huddle up with Roberto Kelly. So we're having meetings here. It looks to me like the Dodgers meeting was with Yasmani Grandal, who's going to come in to catch, to go over the hitters.
Well, I'm sure that they absolutely did that. But they had to figure out the double switch, and that's what took the time.
So 2 men on for the Giants, 1 man out. We'll be right back. Hitter coming up, and veteran left-hander J.P. Howell has been brought into the game for the Dodgers, along with the new catcher Yasmani Grandal. There's Howell, number 56, in his numbers. And left-handed hitters have been the ones who have roughed him up so far. .444 batting average by left-handed hitters against this left-hander.
He's not going to really impress you with a lot of velocity. He does have a lot of movement. He will sink. He will cut the fastball. There's a lot of cutters. Curveball, changeup. There you see Yasmani Grandal. He's the new catcher. He will bat in the 5th spot of the Dodger lineup. The pitching spot is now the 8th spot in the Dodger lineup.
So Brandon Belt 0 for 2 with a walk. He's had 2 hits in 5 career at-bats versus J.P. Howell. Gregor Blanco, the pinch runner for Buster Posey, a much faster runner than Buster. The Dodger outfielders, they're sort of playing medium out there. Nobody's really deep. Off the outside at the knees, ball 1.
Four-seam fastball, and J.P. Howell's finding out what every pitcher who's found out who has pitched before him tonight, that it is a small strike zone. There are no corners, and if you do get one, then it's rare.
And there's that high strike on the breaking ball. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Average arm in left field with Ethier. Strong arm with Peterson in center. And a very strong arm in right field with Puig.
Howell very mindful of Blanco at second with a spin move there. Jimmy Rollins, the shortstop, with the left-handed hitter up over behind Blanco when he gets his lead, trying to keep him close. Blanco is the possible winning run. We're in the last of the 9th inning. Base hit to left field. Blanco will not be waived, and the bases are loaded. He did not get a very good jump on that line drive. I think he wanted to make sure that nobody caught it.
Well, Madigan is going to come out there and say that Roberto Kelly made contact with the base runner. That's something you cannot do. Well,
and I mean, it did look to me like Blanco ran right into Kelly. Kelly was in front of him, and then they kind of ran together.
Well, there's the line drive you're talking about. You have to hesitate if you're a runner. And there's the contact with Kelly and Blanco.
So Mattingly.
You can see Tim Wallach, who spent a lot of time in that third base coaching box. He was all over it. But Kelly had really got into a position where Blanco didn't have really a whole lot of chance to avoid him. This is not reviewable, so Mattingly's going to have to take the walk back. But you can see why the Dodgers are upset.
Now Mattingly's going to the home plate umpire, Clint Fagan. And fielded Culberth started following down the line when he saw Mattingly walk over to Fagan. But Mattingly just kept on. Now Mattingly turns around and he's coming back to Fagan at home plate. Joe Paddock coming up with the bases loaded and 1 out.
And Fagan's telling him that's not my call. You were talking to my crew chief out there in field at Colbreth. I don't think it was a deliberate move by Kelly to slow down Blanco, and that's what the rule book prevents.
Well, now Mattingly calls timeout. He's going to go out to the mound. The Dodgers have to make some decisions here with Joe Paddock coming up, which is number one, how to play the outfield, where to play the infield. Are they going to go for the double play? Is everybody going to come all the way in? There's a few decisions he needs to make here. Are they going to bring in an outfielder in as an extra infielder?
They're bringing Puig in. They may set up a 5-man infield.
So Ethier trying to get word from the dugout where they want him to go. So it looks like just Ethier and Jock Peterson in the outfield, and Yasiel Puig has moved on to the infield. Dodgers had a game last year. Seth Smith came up for the Padres at the time, and the Dodgers had 4 infielders lined up on the right side. So they're going to put 3 infielders to the right of second now and still have 2 other infielders on the left side. And Puig is going to be the one at the third base position, and Uribe is at the shortstop position. Gonzalez, Kendrick, and Rollins all on the right side. 2 outfielders. That is hit very deep. Plenty deep enough. Blanco tagging. Peterson with the catch. The heave. The Giants have won it. (3-2) Giants. And the Giants and the Dodgers. Things happen.
I love this series.
The Giants have taken the first 2 games. Vogelsong tomorrow, likely against the rookie Bolsinger.